You're not gonna believe this, but you can make nearly a 90% profit by embroidering a custom beanie just like this.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Don't believe me? Well, stay tuned, because in today's episode, I'm gonna show you how to create and sell your custom beanie for a major profit. I'll give you a complete rundown of all the materials needed and show you how to create your own design using our Chroma Digitizing software. I'll also teach you how to hoop your garment using our 8-in-1 device, plus a few helpful tips to get the best results out of your embroidery. But before we get into today's topic, if you like this video or enjoy content like this, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date with our latest videos. Let's start by taking a look at the materials we'll be using for this project. We'll need a blank beanie, the 8-in-1 hooping device, adhesive backing, water-soluble topping, 7511 embroidery needles, embroidery thread, and our Chroma Luxe digitizing software. I'll also be using the EM1010 semi-commercial embroidery machine. This is the most compact and lightweight embroidery machine that Chroma manufactures. What this machine lacks in size, it more than makes up for in speed and power. Now that we have our materials, it's time to digitize our design. First off, I'm going to start by uploading my vector logo. Because this is a vector file, Chroma will automatically create and assign color groups for your file. A vector file is a small, scalable, and editable image. Whenever possible, ask your customers to send you a vector file whenever they want you to digitize a file. This will make it much easier to scale and select individual portions of your design when you digitize. Then I will select the first portion of my design. If you're on a Mac, you're gonna hold the Command button, and if you're on a PC, you're gonna hold the Windows button. You're gonna left click and hold, and you're gonna select the GOT word. Then you're gonna auto digitize with the circle around it, select realistic view, and then you're gonna ensure on your right hand portion that you're on satin stitch. And instantly, my software will convert this portion of my design into satin stitches that my machine can embroider. If you're new to digitizing or embroidery, we actually have a video that goes into greater detail on the different stitch types you can create using our Chroma Digitizing software. I'll leave a link to it in the card above and the description below so you can check it out. Well, this design came out pretty good, but as you can see, there's a little too much space showing between my stitches. Under the fill command, on the right hand side, I'm gonna select my density and set it to 0.30. If I wanted to, I could also manually digitize this portion of my design. The process is longer, but it helps you ensure that the design will come out looking the way you want it. Since the second half of my design is a little more intricate and connected by these little flourishes, I'm gonna go ahead and digitize it manually. So I will go to my toolbar and select my satin tool. Then I will hold down my command button and build a ladder along the curves of my design. I will start with this circle. Now I will repeat the process for each of my other letters. As I go along, I will be adjusting the density. This is just a personal preference so I can see how my design is coming along. All right, all of our letters are now digitized. However, you'll notice that I have all these jump stitches across my design. So to get rid of my jump stitches, I'm gonna select my design, go to Commands, go to Drop Down, End Command, and select Trim. Now that that's done, I'll set my stitch density to 0.30 and adjust my vector lines to clean up my design. Lastly, I'll digitize my border. Since this is a vector file, I can go ahead and right-click on my border. Select Steel Stitch, and set my stitch to 2 millimeters wide. And with that, our design is ready to embroider. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save it onto my thumb drive, we're gonna hoop our beanie, and we're gonna take the design over to the machine and let's get embroidering. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hoop my beanie. One of the great things about the 8-in-1 device is its versatility. As the name suggests, this accessory consists of 8 floating frames that can be used to embroider on caps, beanies, bags, pockets, sleeves, and any other hard to hoop item. I actually used the 8-in-1 to embroider 4 designs on a structured cap for a past episode of Embroidery Hub. I'll be sure to leave a link to that in the card above and the description below so you can check it out, along with a link to the 8-in-1 product page on shop.ricoma.com. So with my frame, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use it as a guide. This much, so about, I'm gonna cut right around here. Now we're gonna go ahead and peel off the backing here so that I can expose my adhesive. All right, so my adhesive is exposed. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna put it under the bracket. And then what we'll do is I'm gonna cut off the excess, just like that. And so now what I'm gonna do is the excess that's left here, I'm gonna fold it to the side. All right, so now your adhesive is on your frame. And with the master bracket, we wanna make sure this part right here, the raised part, comes in like this, so when it goes on the notch, it sets into place. And now, we just use the wheel here to tighten it. All right, and now we can take this to the machine. So with the 8-in-1 device, you wanna make sure that the U right here is to the right-hand side. And of course, it's just shaped like a U, so that when you put it in place, in the bracket, this is the correct way. We'll go ahead and push this in a little bit. And then you'll notice that the grooves right here will fall in the notch. Here we go, just like that. All right, so what we wanna do is we wanna make sure that the design is on the flap right here. So what we're gonna do is, there's my center seam. You can actually look at the bracket in the center. There's kind of like a notch, and you can use that as your guide for the seam. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I flip this, and we'll put this right onto the adhesive backing so that it keeps it in place. And then what I'm also gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get some clips, and I'm gonna go ahead and attach it to the frame here on the side. That way, it's more security when it's embroidering. All right, we're one step closer to embroidering. We're gonna go ahead now and go into our panel. All right, so I'm gonna select File. Go to the second page, and it's the file that says Got Snow. We're gonna hit OK. And first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the colors. This beanie design has 3 colors. So it starts off with some white, then it does some chrome, and then it goes for the blue, for the snow, it's gonna be like a light blue. So I actually have them set over here, so our white is number 1. I already have that set, but just in case, I'll just do it again. 1. Then number 4 is our chrome. And then our blue number 2, we'll hit 2. And when our colors are set, we'll just hit OK. We're gonna go to design set. And we'll make sure, since we're using the 8-in-1 device, we're gonna go to other. And we're gonna hit OK. And now the device is set in place. All we have to do now is trace, and then we can center our design. When tracing with the 8-in-1 device, you always want to make sure that you do not hit the frame while tracing your design. You can feel the frame out with your fingers, or you can also use clips as your guide. All right, so before I start embroidering, I'm gonna get my aqua top topping, and I'll just put it over like this. And this is great for beanies and for sweaters and such. This is all textured fabric. What this does is it'll prevent the actual threads from sinking, and also it's gonna help the threads pop. When we finish the design, you'll see how full it looks. All right, we're at the portion that we've all been waiting for, the embroidery section. Here we go. right, and we're done. I gotta say, it looks pretty nice. We'll go ahead and we'll take off the water-soluble topping and we'll showcase it some more. Now that we've got our beanie embroidered, let's talk about our profit. We bought our beanie online for $1.89. Along with about $2 worth of stabilizer and water-soluble topping and 10 cents of embroidery thread, our total all-in cost for this project is $3.99. However, once complete, you can easily sell a beanie like this online for as much as $30. That's an 87% profit margin of just over $26. That means if you embroider 4 beanies every hour, you're looking at an hourly profit of about $104. All right, that's all the time we have for today. If you're looking for more inspiration for your next embroidery project or more advice, check us out on Facebook and join the more than 33,000 other decorators in our embroidery and custom apparel mastery group, where we share helpful tips daily. If you haven't done so already, also follow us on Instagram and TikTok for informative and entertaining content. And as always, be sure to let us know in the comments if there are any other topics you'd like to see in a future episode of Embroidery Hub. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.